What I want to share in this video is about fastening lights to a wheelchair. So this part on the wheelchair is a channel. It's for accessories to go on the wheelchair. What goes in here are channel nuts. These are square, and so they go in and they don't spin about when they're in there, opposed to a traditional nut that is hexagonal, sort of the shape of my fingers here. So for this light, I've put in 2 channels, and it just happens I bought too long of screws, so I put 2 washers in here and I attached this bracket. But before I attached it, you'll see that I added these 3 screw holes. This is the bracket that came with the light. So I've just bought a deck bracket from Home Depot, and then I lined up and drilled the screw holes, and this joins the light onto here, and it's not particularly hard. This is a 12-volt motorcycle light, and then you just decide if you're going to have like a bag that you carry on the back of your wheelchair that holds the battery for the power wire right here, or if you're going to physically mount something on the wheelchair, then charge it separately, or add a fuse and join into the wheelchair batteries. Now bear in mind, this particular wheelchair is 24 volt DC. This particular light can handle between 12 and 72 volts, and that's why it's got the fins to get rid of the extra electricity. But you have to make sure a light matches the batteries if you're going to go that route. Now, another way of doing is with double-sided tape. This particular tape that I've got in my hand is mainly for carpets, but I have used it for other reasons. So I've used double-sided tape to attach this LED to my wheelchair. And first I pulled the strip of tape off, and then I mounted the light onto the tape, and then I trimmed the edge of the tape while the other side matched the light. And you'll see here where I've got the reflective tape, so any light that does happen to pass it will amplify it and get me more light for the watts spent on electricity. And then you just have to figure again about how you're going to power it and do so in a safe way. Now if we move over just a little bit, the next style that I want to talk about is seen right there. I apologize for going out of focus for a moment. These are called cable ties. There's no lack of ways to cable tie a light to a wheelchair. So you could go around the tubing that's been formed. So that's, basically a O shape where it goes inside itself, and then you just trim the edge. I haven't trimmed it there to make it obvious. There are a number of cable tie clamps. So what I mean by a cable tie clamp is this. The cable tie goes in the edge here, comes out the other way, and the way these fasten on is with a bolt or a screw through that little hole. So you could drill, a hole in your seat back, attach this, and then cable tie a light to the wheelchair using it, and that would work. Of course, we've got Velcro as well. That's what's on this particular light. This is one of the lights that I use for the drone. Right, so that type of light, that flash, is great for getting the safety attention or triggering the eye to see something. So again, this uses Velcro, and you would just put the other side of Velcro on here. In fact, if you've seen the videos of my hamster, I used Velcro for his water bottle. so Velcro will work. And then I want to mention what not to do. You could have you can go to the dollar store and buy a flashlight that's a cylinder shape. I would not use epoxy or an adhesive to glue it onto a part of the wheelchair, for example, right here. The reason I would not use an epoxy is it's just so easy to knock them off, even the higher strength ones. The epoxies are strong, but it's the shear when something comes off. So let's pretend that the drone safety light was epoxied right here. It would be strong while it sits there, but if it gets rubbed, the shear strength of what it would pull away with would not work well. So I would not use an epoxy or an adhesive to glue lights onto the wheelchair. The final thing I kind of want to say is you want to do things like the double-sided tape, like the Velcro, or you could do the cable ties from here as well, that the lights can come with you to your next wheelchair. So you want to think about the future when you're doing this, and make sure that the lights come with you when your wheelchair eventually wears out and needs replacing. I hope this has been of some help. If you have other questions, ask me in the comments, please. Have a good day, everyone. Bye for now.